Hello everyone, welcome to Church at Home.
Yeah, so good to see you guys again. Hope you've had a fabulous January.
Yes, happy Sunday.
Yeah, agreed.
Another day.
Or if they're watching on another day, happy whatever day that is.
True.
To you.
It could be any time as well.
Happy Monday, Tuesday,
watching
Wednesday,
it.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And Sunday.
Could be 1 a.m. Or if you started this at like 11:50.
Oh,
yeah,
the double whammy.
Could be a double
Could be 2
two-day.
days.
People will be watching this. This is a 2-day session. Anyway, hello. Speaking of times, if you want to connect in with us in person, we're back to 2 times for in-church person.
In-person church.
That one.
Yeah.
So what is it? We're at 9 a.m. and 10:45.
Yeah. And if you want to connect in other ways, there's heaps of stuff going on around in the community here. You know, you can, if you're into sport, there's, running club, there's basketball, there's netball. If you've got small children, there's playgroup.
Absolutely.
If you are in the prime of your life, there's prime timers, there's young adults, there's youth. It's on forever.
Active. All sorts of things, but it's no better time to connect in now because we've got a new series called We the Church.
Yes.
So we're doing like a life groups where we meet in people's homes and we talk about Jesus and catch up and we do hot chocolates.
Nice.
Our life groups, now's the perfect time to connect in and join one of those in person because we're following the series in life groups as well.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like
and all the life groups are doing it. Like it's a whole church thing. So
we're all in this together.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Never a better time to join a life group because you get a bit more out of it, don't you? You just get to go in a little bit deeper.
Absolutely.
A little bit more.
We've also got Broadway in a Week Kids coming up.
Super excited for that. I am on the team and like Broadway in a Week, for those of you who don't know, is a program we've been running for years that was aimed at teenagers, which is they all get together for a week in the school holidays and put on a Broadway show. And
it's actually
incredible.
good.
It's incredible. But there's been so many like little ones who really want to get involved, but you don't have enough parts. So we've got a Broadway in a Week Kids, which is I think 8 to 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
And it's going to be so fun. It's a half an hour show that they're going to put on, and this is the first time we're running it, but it's going to be incredible. So make sure we've got the auditions have happened throughout the weekend.
Yeah.
So when that show comes up, please come and support it because they will just be so pumped to perform for you guys.
Absolutely.
There's also
if you're a young adult as well, there's one more week to sign up to Young Disciples Conference. Just have a look on the gateway.young.adults.au Instagram page.
Is that too many dots or is that
the right amount of dots? It's the right amount of dots.
Cool.
But come along because we'd love to see you guys. There's going to be like 30 churches from around the place represented, or just young adults hanging out, talking about what it's like to be a healthy disciple of Jesus.
Yeah, and the conference vibes are great, aren't they?
Oh,
you get the chats, you get to
food trucks, like heaps of coffees,
and everyone's together.
Stands,
love that.
It's good.
Speaking of together, we have also recently had our annual youth camp, which was amazing. Camp Novia. Woo! Are we twinning?
Oh, look at that.
Anyway, if you don't know what that is, check out this video. So fun, wasn't it?
Oh my gosh.
We were both on camp and it was, look, every year it just gets better and better.
Absolutely.
It's so amazing. So if you have any young person in your world, get them along to camp. You can sign up now. In fact, now is the best time to sign up.
True. I've signed up.
Yeah.
So there's a code early 2026. It's
Love me a
cheaper.
discount
It's cheaper
code.
now. Just sign up
$60
now.
off. $60.
You can do a payment plan. And
Yeah.
if you want to be a leader, like now's the perfect time. Join us.
Yeah.
Come join us next year. It's going to be the dream.
Honestly, the team have as much fun as the kids. So
Oh, yeah.
it's so good.
Yeah.
And you've got this, I think there's 1 week left of that code.
1 week.
Honestly, you do not want to miss out, or if you are old, you do not want your young person to miss out. So get them signed up now. You will never regret it.
Absolutely.
So good.
Absolutely. We've also got a prayer wall
Yes.
on our app. So if you've got any prayer requests, if you want to pray for camp, or if you want to pray for someone who might want to come to camp, or if you've got anything else in your world,
Completely
it can be a
uncamp
win.
related.
Doesn't have to be camp related. It can be a win. It can be something you'd like some help with.
Yeah.
But chuck it up on the prayer wall because we'd love to just join you in prayer. We get to see it. We can say yes, we're praying, and it can be anonymous.
Yeah.
Whatever you need, but we'd love to join with you in that.
If you're new to this space, the prayer wall is on our app. We have a Gateway app, and you just click
good.
on the prayer wall, and it's like an interactive prayer space. So it's so fun.
It's so good.
There's also a gift. Well, while you're there, there's
Yes,
a gift
there's a
tile.
gift one.
That is generally for those who call this place home. We do, it keeps the lights on. We're doing
do
so
like
much
it.
stuff in the community.
Yep.
We love to, to be involved in the community and give in every way that we can, and create spaces for people to belong and have that community, both here and abroad. And it costs us. So
Yeah. Generosity feels good too.
it's so true.
Helps like a family all chipping in with chores to
Yeah.
keep the house going.
And I love that, I know that my giving is doing stuff way beyond the things that I could physically do.
Yeah.
In giving to the church, and it just spreads the joy and the goodness so much further.
Yeah.
So cool. So if you're interested in that, you can go to the giving tile and do that.
Absolutely. Well, that's the end of us.
Yeah.
But the start of the Arise series with Rick. So enjoy, and we'll see you next week.
See you then.
Good morning. Last week we started a short series called Arise, and we looked at the example of Nehemiah, who was a Jewish man living in exile in Persia, which is the current day Iran, around 450 BC. He had received the distressing news that his spiritual home, the city of Jerusalem, was in desperate need because its walls and gates had been destroyed and not rebuilt. As a result, the people were also spiritually downcast and lost hope in the goodness of God. For Nehemiah, who was a truly good and godly man, this situation and the people's inaction was disgraceful. So he went back to organise the people to rebuild the walls and restore their faith and fortunes. In Nehemiah 2, he says to the Jewish leaders, "You know very well the tragedy of our city. It lies in ruins and its gates are burned. Let us rebuild the wall of Jerusalem and rid ourselves of this disgrace." And they replied, "Let us rise up and build." So they strengthened their hands for this good work. Now, before we take a look at what he did and how it might guide us here at Gateway, let me show you something extraordinary. This is a photograph of a house in Los Angeles after the January 2025 wildfires. And although it was surrounded by complete devastation, with its entire neighbourhood wiped out, this house and a few others remain standing. Now, how is that even possible, you might say? Well, it's been revealed that the house was built using fire-resistant technologies and architectural building techniques intended to do exactly what they did: not burn in a wildfire. In a place like LA, which is historically known for fire, the owners had prepared for the worst. In a recent interview with the Guardian newspaper, Jacob Rauno, a US federal firefighter, remarked this: "This house was perfect. It was built for this. Not all homes are built like that." This reminded me of another story about building houses that Jesus told his disciples. In Matthew 7 we read, "A wise man built his house on rock. The rain fell, the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house, but it did not fall, because it had been founded on rock," said Jesus. A foolish man built his house on sand. The rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it fell, and great was its fall. No fires are mentioned here by Jesus, but his words ring true, don't they? The house survived the storms because it was built for it, wisely, intentionally, and with a view to surviving anything. When it comes to troubling times and spiritual wildfires, I observe many people wish someone would do something to step in and step up to solve the issue, to make it go away for them. However, Jesus has already given us a heads up in life so that we don't just react to problems and be, a dollar short and a day late. In John 16:33, he is recorded as telling his disciples, "Here on earth you will have many trials and sorrows, but take heart, because I have overcome the world." The good news is Jesus has a plan, and if we follow him, we're on the A team to help fulfill it. And whether we're building a house or a church community or our personal lives, Jesus says there is wisdom in engaging in prayer and forethought about how to proceed. So, what was Nehemiah's plan? How did he organise a displaced, discouraged, and downcast people to achieve what many of his critics said was impossible to do? He prayed to God for faith and favour, and then he took stock of what he had. And this is what he saw. The people of God. He looked and saw elders and leaders, men and women, parents and grandparents, widows and widowers, single people, young adults, youth and children. It says sons and grandsons and granddaughters, even people of faith from other surrounding towns who'd come to help. You see, Nehemiah included all generations in preparing the city for the future. In Nehemiah 2:20 it says, "Then I said to them, the God of heaven, he will enable us to prosper. Therefore we, his servants, will arise and build." And here's the genius to his strategy. In Nehemiah 3:28 it says, "Each one repaired the section immediately across from his own house." Nehemiah knew that the repair to the wall and safety of the city as a whole depended on each person contributing, each family taking responsibility for their section. If people just looked after themselves, there would be many parts of the wall left in ruins, and the city, its people, and their families would still be exposed. But everyone contributed to the wall, and it was done in record time, amazing even the enemies of Israel. Nehemiah 6 records, "The wall was finished just 52 days after we had begun. And when our enemies and the surrounding nations heard about it, they were frightened and humiliated. They realized this work had been done with the help of our God." Now, not everyone did the same work, nor were they expected to, but everyone did something. Some just built their section, but others who had more resources built further on either side of their house. and still others took responsibility for a large section of the walls and the towers and the gates. Throughout the story, you can read lists of people who rolled up their sleeves and built the wall. And unlike what we know happened in the past when groups of exiles returned to Jerusalem, the leaders didn't just sit back and tell others what to do. They themselves were the first to take action and lead by example. Nehemiah spoke to the leaders, who replied at once, "Yes, let us rebuild the wall." Then the high priest and the other priests started the rebuild. Everyone was involved in rebuilding the wall. Everyone did their bit with joy. Nehemiah 5 says the whole assembly responded, "Amen," and they praised the Lord. And the people did as they promised. So what are the learnings for us today? How does this biblical story speak to our reality at Gateway in 2025? Last week we looked at how the 2020 pandemic still causes major adverse effects on world economies, politics and communities. How this social wildfire continues to have a drastic impact on the church worldwide, and how Gateway has also suffered an adverse impact on our people's psyche, energy and faith. At Gateway, we humbly and readily acknowledge that God has given us a unique spiritual thumbprint, a unique vision, mission field, and opportunity. We've not followed the usual church pathways, but from the very beginning, we have intentionally built a church that is intended for all generations. A relevant, incarnational, highly creative, inclusive, flexible, and effective Jesus community. And even though Gateway is currently struggling, we can say, as the Apostle Paul declared, we're afflicted in every way but not crushed, perplexed but not driven to despair, persecuted but not forsaken, struck down but not destroyed, always carrying in the body the death of Jesus, so that the life of Jesus may also be manifested in our bodies. We're still here because with God's help, this house was built for such times. Like in the case of the LA house, avoiding disaster is rarely due to luck and mostly due to intent. So what do we do, Gateway, to ensure we continue to thrive even in times of wildfire? What are the lessons for us in this story of Nehemiah? And spoiler alert, there are parallels to the Jerusalem of Nehemiah's time and Gateway today. Now just pause for a minute. If you're very new to Gateway, just checking us out as a possible church, or you're here investigating faith, then we don't expect you to commit to helping. So please relax. But if you're intending to continue at Gateway, take note that we are faithfully committed to the mission God has given us, and we believe it takes all of God's people to do all of God's work. Okay? Okay. The two things each of us can do today are this. Firstly, be committed to be with God's people, the church. Nehemiah 2:18 says, "So they strengthened their hands for this good work." You see, there is strength in our togetherness. So make a plan to be faithful in your attendance, whether in person or online. Make a plan to be part of a life group. You know, they're the life between the Sundays. And secondly, be committed to be a resource for God's people, the church. Make a plan to be involved in a serving team. Make plans to be a generous giver and contribute financially as God has blessed you. Whether we are building a wall, rebuilding faith, or strengthening our church, we must all take our place on the wall. And here's a final thought. The blessings we have at Gateway, the family vibe, the programs, the coffee, the resources to grow in faith, even this building that we're being filmed in today, we only enjoy because someone before us took their place on the wall. They believed in what God was doing and would do in and through our church. So people long ago faithfully attended. They faithfully served and gave financially so that you and your friends and family can enjoy the blessings you have today. Well, now it's our turn. Let's arise and take our place on the wall to restore the walls for this generation and the next.
Creating me a clean heart, oh God, and renew a right spirit within me. Creating me a clean heart, oh God, and renew a right spirit within me. Oh. So you can light up even the darkest parts of this heart. I give it all up for you. I give it all up so you can light up even the darkest parts of this heart. To fill it all up with you, to fill it all up with Jesus. Creating me a clean heart, oh God, and renew a right spirit within me. That's our prayer this morning. Creating me a clean heart, oh God, and renew a right spirit within me. Yes, Lord. And come and parts of this heart. I give it all up for you. I give it all up so you can light up even the darkest parts of this heart. To fill it all up with you, to fill it all up with Jesus. Fill it all up, fill it all up, fill it all up with Jesus. So fill it all up, fill it all up, fill it all up with Jesus. Fill it all up, fill it all up, fill it all up with Jesus. Fill it all up, fill it all up. So come and light up, even the darkest parts of this heart. I give it all up for you. I give it all up so you can light up even the darkest parts of this heart. And fill it all response of this heart. I give it all up for you. I give it all up so you can light up in the darkest spots of this heart. To fill it all up with you, to fill it all up with Jesus.
When I look back, I can see your hand all over my past. Even in the times I'd rather forget, I just can't believe you'd love me like that, love me like that. You never let go. Thought I was alone, now I know you were close. I can see it now, you were bringing me home. I just can't believe you'd love me like that, love me like that. Oh, every day gets better when I'm walking with you. Oh, you're my hope forever, what a beautiful view. I will give you praise for the things you've done, and every single way that you've shown me love. God, you have only just begun. So come on, there's so much better to come. So much better to come. So much better to come. When I look back, I can see your hand all over my past. Even in the times I'd rather forget, I just can't believe you'd love me like that, love me like that. You never let go. Thought I was alone, now I know you were close. I can see it now, you were bringing me home. I just can't believe you'd love me like that, love me like that. Oh, every day gets better when I'm walking with you. Oh, you're my hope forever, what a beautiful view. I will give you praise for the things you've done, and every single way that you've shown me love. God, you have only just begun. So come on, there's so much better to come. So much better to come. So much better to come. You never left me. You always helped me. Got through the fire. I find my strength when I'm walking beside you. You never left